Dear future husband, so this is the first time I'm coming to you from a totally different location with a totally new haircut. Yeah, it's like a totally different space. Um, so I have no idea what the audio is like. I don't know if I'm echoing. I don't think so, and I don't know how to control my volume. I'm all alone in this really huge room, and so I don't know. Like should I speak louder? Should I speak softer? Is this just nice? So I'm just gonna go with it, because the place I moved to, the apartment condo place that I moved to, has got something that's called a reading room, which is actually pretty cool. The moment I heard it, I'm like, oh my god, reading room! It's so awesome. And it's actually pretty cool because it's like this room that's just full of books and shelves and just books, and there's like this pretty cool places where you can sit down and do work and stuff. Uh, Except it's really short, so when you're as tall as me, to have to sit on like such a low level, which I've got no problem. If the chairs were comfortable, it would be so much easier. But the chairs are not so great, so I'm just yeah, want to switch things up a bit, and not record from the car again. Um, so something interesting happened to me recently, and I thought you would find it really fascinating because I was at a potluck, a barbecue Chinese New Year potluck kind of thing, and I was meeting someone for the first time. Like, as in, this is someone who I'm just gonna call him Z. I've known Z for a couple of years now, because Z actually messaged me when Z saw my coming out video, and Z was someone who just emitted and just gave so much of love. Like, when he saw my coming out video, he messaged me and thanked me for it, and just has been a constant source of love and light and encouragement and inspiration in my life. And I realized something with Z recently where we talk to each other every couple of months or so, but when we speak, it's like we're just constantly there for each other. I'm his beacon, he's mine, and we're just constantly channeling and sending love to one another and that sort of thing. But we've never met because for the longest time, Z, while he lives here or he's from here, he's been in Korea for so long, finishing his studies and stuff. And so he recently came back because he finished his studies, and then but we never had a chance. We didn't get a chance to meet yet until the potluck, when we realized, oh my god, we're going to be meeting each other finally. And so he. But the thing is, right? I was messaging him a while back. I think either after he came back or before, and eventually, when conversations ends, hey, bye. So I remember this feeling when I wanted to say, Z, I love you so much. I have so much of love for you. I never did it, but when we finally met, it was like. He's one of those people who I feel he's light. He's just pure light, And I think that's why we're in each other's lives, He's this constant source of love and light in my life, and I hope I'm able to do that for him too. And we have really good conversations. Hope to have a lot more, collaborations, conversations now that he's back in the country and we can actually meet and stuff like that. So I was thinking to myself that I really wanted to be able to. There's a guy walking outside. He's probably going to think I'm totally nuts, but it's going to be quite a trend, isn't it? My neighbors and me and thinking I'm crazy and talking to myself and all that sort of shit. But whatever. So he. Where was I? Shit! I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, so Z. So I wanted to tell him that, and I've never. It's very rare that I feel like that for someone who's a friend. I mean, eventually I come to the point where I love the friends I have, and I genuinely love them, and I just, want them to be okay, and I just want them to have wonderful lives, and I just want to hug them and make sure everything's alright. I love them so much. But this is someone I've never met. We've just had conversations, and it's very rare for me to transcend that to the point where I'm like, I love you so much. And this is, what love I'm talking about, right? This isn't romantic love. This is platonic, friendly, family love, He feels like family to me. So we finally met today, and we actually told each other, when we were done, we were like, I love you so much. And he said it first, I think, but I don't think it matters. But it just proves that, sometimes, just sometimes, you meet people, and maybe you've had connections in a different life. Maybe this is the first time you're meeting in this life, but you just connect on that loving, visceral, soulful level, you know? And I just wanted to share that with you because I think you get what I mean. Because when we meet, we're obviously going to be having this conversation about how I believe, and I think you would too, that we both decided to meet in this lifetime. I don't know if we've met in a different lifetime. I think we have, but we both decided we were going to meet in this lifetime because there are things we're going to need to learn from each other. We're going to need to love each other. We're going to marry each other. We're going to start a family together. And we both decided this before we were born. That was the thing we decided before we were born at the soul level. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation with you. But that's the thing. I met someone else. So I met Elle at the same event. And Elle was someone who, the moment I saw him, I just immediately felt like gravitating towards him. And it's funny because even before we had a conversation, I somehow always found myself going near him or going towards him or being around him and trying to strike up a conversation with him. And finally we did. We were having this conversation. That the conversation was so great and so much fun that we actually moved away from the party. We sat elsewhere and we had a conversation which was very, very nice. And I realized something that, the thing about Elle and I, right? He's a very loving guy. And, you know, after we had that conversation, we went back and we were with everybody else. And but for some reason, right, we always ended up being near each other. Like, he always used to come and like stand right next to me and put his arm through mine and put his hand around me. And I forgot how much I love physical touch. And how much that means to me and how much it's my love language and what that means. So much so that I messaged Elle the next day and I said, damn you lah, because of you I'm having withdrawal symptoms, you know. Like I keep expecting some tall cute guy to come next to me and hold my hand or be next to me or just be like a constant presence around me. And because I genuinely thought, I spent the whole day yesterday just feeling like something's missing. Because the funny thing, right, I think Elle and I, we meant something to each other in different life. I don't know what we're going to mean to each other in this life. I don't think he's you, but he's the closest I've ever gotten to you. Because when we were talking, right, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. But when we were talking, right, there were so many things that we had in common. There were so many things that we liked. There were so many things. Obviously, we had contrasting views, but we had so much in common. And there was this like connection that was instantaneous. It's like I've known him for a very, very long time, and yet there was like a freshness to it. Like, I don't really know you, but I feel like I know you, so let's get to know each other. That was kind of thing. And the love I felt that day and the love that I hope I gave that day just reminded me of what we could be, and even better. And that's exciting because I genuinely think Elle and I were something in a different life. In a different lifetime, you know, there was love in that lifetime too. Whether it was family love or romantic love, I have no idea. And so we've met again in this lifetime because we've got something we still need to do. And that's really exciting. And I know I can tell you these things because, first of all, I know when we have this relationship, we are secure enough in ourselves and we have enough respect and trust with each other that things like this is not going to make the other person jealous, or any kind of those like, you know, unhealthy, toxic relationships kind of thing. But yeah, I just want to talk to you about past lives and soul connections and all of those things because it's a very fascinating conversation to have, you know? So yeah, so have you ever met people who you instantly connected with at a soul level? Like you felt like you've met them in a different lifetime. Like you felt that, you know, my battery's dying. Like you felt like you genuinely just have known someone all your life. You have this love for them that is just unexplainable. But what's exciting, I also realized about meeting Elle is that I feel like I'm getting closer to you. Like Elle is the guy who has the closest to what I ever imagined we could have, or you could be. You know, all of the elements and traits and characteristics, Elle is the closest. And that's really exciting because it means I'm moving closer and closer to you. And it's exciting because if Elle can exist, a guy with all of the traits that I could ever hope for, not all of them, but as close as possible, then you can exist. The guy who has all the traits I ever hoped for and wish to have in a relationship. It'd be hilarious if that message is hit up. So yeah, let's see. Oh no, it's not. Damn it. Che. I thought it was either L or Z messaging me. But that would have been hilarious. Because I'm talking about them. But yeah. I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing well. I hope you like my new hairstyle. I'm still getting used to it. You know, moving to a new place and changing barbers and everything is not so great. I'm still getting used to it. I'm kind of starting to like it. And I hope you're doing okay. I hope 2017 is going awesomely for you. I can't wait to meet you, babe. I'm so excited to share all these awesome people with you. And I can't wait to meet your friends too. Love you. Bye.